Okay, this is it. The time has finally arrived to unveil the new car. I've been joined by the Lotus F1 team drivers, Kimi Raikkonen and Romain Grosjean, to do the honours. Gentlemen, please derobe the new E20. Formula One being what it is, the rule book changes nigh on every year, and you've got to keep up with it and make sure the car's legal. How does this work? The exhausts were in a different place last year, very different place on the Lotus. They were much further up the front side exit. So now the rule changes, you can't do that anymore, correct?
No, last year all of the cars cottoned on to the fact that there was a lot of downforce to be extracted from using the energy that's available in the exhaust pipes. We ran a particularly novel system, as you say, where we exited our exhaust right up at the front of the car. But most people, they had a system that exited somewhere in front of the rear wheels. So as a sport, we decided that we would try to just calm things down a bit for the following season. And a new set of exhaust regulations was conceived where, instead of being allowed the freedom to blow that exhaust at the underside of the car, we're constrained now to exit the exhaust in a part of the car where it's much harder to generate downforce. So if we look at the back of our car here now, the rule confines us to exiting our exhaust in a box that's sort of about that size and about that high. Up at the front of the car, it's a very obvious change. If you look at the car, there's a very distinctive slope to our nose here. The reason for this is that if you look at the development of Formula One cars over the preceding few years, you'll gradually notice that the height of the nose was coming up and up and up. And the reason for that is that, rather like the exhaust-blown diffusers, there's more downforce if you raise the bodywork at the front end of the car. A problem with that high nose is that eventually the tip of the nose can get to a height at which, if there were to be a T-bone crash where one car hits nose on into the side of the other car, then the tip of the nose can be so high that it actually exceeds the height of the cockpit rail of the other car. And clearly that's a very poor situation, because you don't want the driver's head having a nose slamming into it from the side.
No.
And so for this year, we agreed that the tips of the noses all had to be lowered a considerable amount. But the rule itself doesn't require the entire front of the car to be lower. It only requires the tip of the nose back to about here to be lowered, so that that can't go above the cockpit rail.
James, thank you ever so much. That's it. Goodbye from us. Here's the new E20. Goodbye.